Well, good Thursday evening, everybody. Good Thursday evening. Oh my God. I gotta get a grip, man. Good Thursday afternoon. Good Thursday afternoon. And I'm Manny Vitale, host of My Fight Our War and co-host of Music and Mayhem with the one and only Skylar Ray. And just off camera here, you can see her little ears. We got we got Susie the Wonder Dog here, who she knows, man. As soon as we're about to go live, without fail, she jumps up and right onto the table, right over and right here in front of me. And this is where she hangs out. Every now and then, she'll make her presence known. But how the heck you guys doing today, man? Uh, just going through a bunch of stuff. I hope you guys got a chance to. Susie just takes over, man. I swear to God, she just freaking takes over everything. I saw a meme one time, and it said, "Dogs have owners, and cats have servants." And even though I don't have a dog, I have this one here. I've got Susie the Wonder Dog. I am starting to believe that because she's something else, man. But I hope you guys got a chance to see our show last night with me and Skylar and Music and Mayhem. We have a lot going on. A lot going on. Actually, we've got a lot going on with so many different projects. Of course, with him and Kayla doing their thing, they're getting ready to start their tour up again. Tour. They're starting their tour up again. Katie, how you doing, Katie? Saw that beautiful picture. Your daughter, man, you got one gorgeous family there, girl. So congratulations on that. You and Danny do good work. Um, but yeah, so me and Skylar have a lot of things happening. Of course, as I said, him and Kayla are getting ready to start their 25, 26 tour, and they are going to be just slamming it. I mean, they're at 86, I think, right now, ish, 86 something. They're going to be well over 100, as he said. And I am really, really looking forward to the start of this. One, just because I get to see him perform, and everyone else gets to see him and Kayla do their magic. But actually, to be able to be involved with it as well, which is absolutely amazing. We were talking about this a little bit last night on the show. How me and Skylar have only known each other a short time, and I think OG looked it up when he was originally a guest on the show, and I think it was 4 months. That's all that we've known each other, man. And we have had people talking to us. They're like, when they didn't know any of the background and anything as far as me and him go, and they're like, yeah, they're shocked when they find out the very short time that we've known each other. And as I said, when you meet people, especially doing what we do in social media, I've had people that have come on our show, and I have gone on other people's show. So both as a host of a show and going on interviews as a guest on other people's shows, you're meeting these people for the first time. And on some, you know, you're going on their show, they're coming on this show as a guest to tell their story, to give their background, um, and that's it. Some people that you may know from just other people or friends or associates, or their story at face value from seeing other shows that they've been on. But in the most part, if it's the way it is with a lot of the guests coming on, you know them, you get to talk to them the day of the show, the night of the show, and that's it. And afterwards, we've had many occasions on both sides, me going on shows and people coming on our show, where after the show, it's like, oh, hey, you know what? Great show. Had a great time, man. Nice meeting you. Maybe we'll do something in the future, but thank you. And that's it. And some people that I've been on theirs and theirs on ours, I will see them on social media, but there's really no contact other than that because that's what it was. We fulfilled our duties, job to be on the shows, and then you get the other ones, and those other relationships that turn into more. And that's not saying anything bad about anyone else. We don't go into doing shows and doing interviews thinking, hey, I'm going to interview this guy because we're best friends. I'm going to interview this girl because we're going to be best of friends. You're going after a hell of a backstory to let them tell their story and to let everyone else see their story. But things happen, and it's a blessing, man. When you have the opportunity to meet all these incredible people, and then out of a sudden, out of nowhere, you form these relationships and bonds where it carries over more than just doing an interview. That's very special. And then when you get the very rare occasions where it turns into be something like with myself and Skylar and other people that I've been on with as well. Hey, sunshine! Look at that; it just got brighter in here. Thank you, appreciate it. Um, and that's what happened with me and Skylar, man. He did the show, came on as a guest, lit it up, and oh, you like the Punisher, man? The Punisher. Um, and he came on the show, and we just tore it up. And he was on Pine Case podcast with Kalisha, and I was watching his interview, and towards the end, they were asking, "Oh yeah, Susie's right here. Look, there's my girl. Yeah, my girl. She stays right here the whole time with me. Well, not the whole time. Sometimes she gets bored if she's not getting attention, and she'll pop off. Right? Yeah, yeah. That's my Susie. The Susie the Wonder Dog. She is my DAWG. But it was really nice, man. Actually, Skylar was just on with Kalisha over at Pine Case Podcast the other night, and I'm going to be a guest on her show tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So hopefully you guys can check it out. Um, but she was asking. She goes, I see you and Manny doing this music and mayhem. It was like it came out of nowhere. Where, how, what, and everything. And he basically said the same thing that I said. She did the show. There was this instant chemistry, man, where we just had a lot of fun. And afterwards, I said, "Listen, man, I'm going to hit you up with something in a little bit. Get back to you tomorrow, the next day." And I thought about it, and I just jotted down a couple ideas, and so I hit him up, and I said, "Listen, what do you think? How do you think the show went?" And he was like, "Man, the same as I did." And we started to talk about other parts of our lives before I brought up doing the show together, and it was just about basically our work ethics, what he is doing, what I want to do, where we both want to go. Obviously, I'm not a entertainer in the aspect of being a singer or anything like that. I This is what I do, and of course, him and Kayla are amazing artists, rappers, singers, performers. So they got a lot on their plate, man. So the more we talked for probably a good hour or so, and it was just nonstop. And it was like we've known each other forever. And I was like, listen, man, this is something here. I was thinking, what do you think about doing a show together? And he's like, man, I'm down. Let's do it. And thought about some more. And I go, well, listen, I was thinking about, a name already. I already had this planned out because I was really hoping he was going to say yes. And I go, with our stories, it's pretty insane. With all of our stories are insane. But with him and Kayla, obviously, when you think of them, you think of their talents, their gifts of as entertainers and singers. So you got their music. And with the wild side that we all have at different times, it can be, we've all had chaos and mayhem in our lives. And I had a shit ton, just like everyone else. So I was like, what a fit. You got Skylar and Kayla with the music, and you got me with the mayhem as well as the other stuff. Music and mayhem was born, and we originally started out. It was going to be with his schedule and with ours starting to build with My Fighter War and going out. Uh, I mean, next thing you know, everything's happened so fast. Tyler, how are you, brother? Um, Everything's happened so fast. It really. And speaking of my brother, King Handsome is in the house. Whoop! And hey, he just sent me a text of my man. Whoa was doing his best Evil Knievel impersonation and sent me a picture or a video of him on this on this bike. Tear it up, man. Tear it up. But anyways, shit. Now I forgot what I was talking about. Um, that's okay, man. Oh, we were thinking originally that our show, Music and Mayhem, was just going to be something that we'd come on every Wednesday, you know, and we didn't have. There was nothing there because it was going to be a. You know what? This is going to be. We'll just throw it out there. We'll just freestyle everything. Pop on because neither one of us ever use a script. I never use a script. And it's like, we'll just have some fun. We'll have the audience come in, a lot of participation, a lot of involvement, just going back and forth. And we were both in agreement. So we did a couple shows, man. We did obviously the first month. And every single time, man, we started getting more and more feedback. And I think we missed like a Wednesday here and a Wednesday there. And next thing you know, people were like, "Hey, what's up, man? Where's your show?" I mean, we were starting to get a following with the Music and Mayhem, and so we started to do a little bit more, and we started bringing some other people on, and it just started growing, and we started looking at our numbers, and we started when we first met. And we saw that there was something there, man, as far as our relationships with what I want, as far as my goals, what he and Kayla. And it's like, man, and then what happened one time is we were doing a show and he was talking about the places him and Kayla were going to be. And like I said, for me, 1 minute I'm just doing posts every day on My Fighter War. That's it. Nothing but posts. Good morning, everybody. Listening to people's stories and back and forth until one day I decided to record a video and put it out there. And I was freaking nervous as hell because I never ever talked in front of people, even though this was just a recorded video that I put out there. You should have seen me, man. I'm sitting there holding this camera or phone, and recording this probably a 4 minute video, and it was just me talking about My Fighter War, and it was me deciding that I was going to go to the next step and doing videos and posting them on the page. And I said right out there, I said, listen, I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. I am not social media as far as a speaker. I don't any of this shit. I'm very nervous talking. And so I said, please give me some feedback. Like, don't you ever do this again. You suck. I mean, just give me your honest opinion. And I just spoke from the heart, man. I didn't sit there and write anything down and read from anything. I just talked from the heart. And all of a sudden, something came over me and it just felt it was like I took a breath, the first deep breath in a long time. It felt um, like I was freeing myself up of all of these things that were inside of me, and it felt so good. And I was like, man, might be something here. And I got some positive feedback because I got very emotional on some parts of it because I started telling my story. And during that story, there were some parts where I was very emotional and saw me crying like a little bitch. But hey, you know what? They're called emotions. We all got them. And there were parts in there that I was laughing like a little sister who didn't know what was going on, man. I was all over the place. I hit pretty much every emotion all in one shot. And by the grace of God and the kindness of you guys, it came back with positive results. And I started doing that. Well, somebody saw one of those from the media up in the Port Huron area here and called and or got a hold of me and said that they wanted to interview me. And it was insane. I've never done it before. Walked in there and it was my very first one that was recorded in an actual news studio. And it went real well. I did like an hour and a half in this actual, there's like a 3, 4 camera setup, sound men, cameras, booms, all this shit and I had a freaking ball. And afterwards, the one of the producers came over and he goes, man, he goes, how long have you really been doing this? Because they were asking me this stuff before I went on. And I'm like, well, this is my first one, man. And they're like, oh, okay. And because I did a recorded audio podcast with Brad McLeod, Sober School, before that. And then from there, like I said, doing this one, and this gentleman approached me afterwards because when they first started the countdown, I mean, they had the stage manager, they had the sound guy, and here I am, and the host is sitting there. She's cracking up. Kalisha, I cannot wait for tonight. So 10 p.m., man, look out. The old man's coming. Um, so, anyways, I did this show. They're doing the countdown. Like, okay, Manny, we're gonna go 5, 4. And then when we get to 3, we're gonna stop counting, and you got to count in your head 3, 2, 1, and then for me, or to. So I'm looking at the host, and she's kind of sitting there getting all doing her shit, and everyone, and here I am. I got all of a sudden the giggles came over me, so I'm sitting there laughing, and they go, "We're going to do a pre-countdown thing, just so you know what to expect." So they go, "We're not going to go live yet. We're just going to do the countdown." So next thing you know, they're looking at me, and the guy's sitting there doing the countdown. So I'm counting down with him. He goes 2. When he got to 1, I went like that, and you could have heard a pin drop. They were just like, "What the hell did we get ourselves into?" Long story short, had a great time. It went an hour and a half. Afterwards, uh, I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am, Cliche. And so afterwards, this producer comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, listen, uh, I want to produce your show." And I was like, "I don't have a show." And he says, "I would like to help you and produce one." And he was very, he was actually an actor. Not gonna say his name, but he gave me some help. Unfortunately, things didn't quite work out, and that was the next thing you know. Here we are, and it's been I've been doing this a year, and I see my brother Skylar Ray just popped on. We got Boston on there. We got King Handsome. We got Katie, Kalisha. As I just said, please, please, please tell everybody tonight. For me, it's going to be 10 p.m. Eastern time with Kalisha Campbell over at Pine Case Podcast. I am going on, and I am so looking forward. There we go. She just posted it. So she actually this week had my brother Skylar Ray on the other night, and it was great. I tell you what, Kalisha, you hit it out of the park. I mean, afterwards, me and Skylar talked, and Calico. Can't forget Calico. You know, I may be old, but I don't forget you guys, and we'll explain that later. The link for the show tonight, guys. Thanks for asking. It's going to be a heck of a time. I've been getting a good response, Kalisha. I don't know if it's showing on your end, but I've been the phone's been getting lit up. A lot of people are wanting to verify the times and all that. Then they saw the post on the pages, so I'm really hoping for a good turnout because I'm really looking forward to it. Me and Kalisha have been going back and forth for God almost a year now, trying to get a time together, and they are so busy over there. Her and Calico, I mean, they got people lined up just trying to get on their show. I mean, that's how big they are over there. So for me, to have this opportunity means a lot to me, and I really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to come out with you, man. So Kalisha, Calico, thank you so much. Um, but Skyler, my brother Skyler, it was Tuesday night. He was on with Kalisha and Calico, and that night I was on earlier with I I knew it was going to be insane. A friend of mine that I went to high school with, Loco Joe, is best friends. His brother, Screaming Scott Randall. And for those of you who pay attention to the music industry, as far as like the radio industry, as far as like DJs, especially in the Detroit area, and not only now, obviously, with the internet and everything, Screaming Scott Randall is a freaking radio icon. He has been with Detroit Radio. He's been in radio, doing radio, I think he said for just almost 40 years. He was with the Riff, WRIF in Detroit for I think 24, I can't remember, 20 some years. And now he is with WCSX 94.7. Please, from 3 to 7, he'll be coming on in a half hour, 25 minutes. Uh, Check out Screaming Scott Randall on WCSX 94.7. I'm telling you what, man. I mean, when I say he's an icon, I'm not just saying because he was on the show and because he's a friend. I knew it was going to be insane. And for those of you who saw Tuesday night, we went 2 hours and 9 minutes of just nonstop laughing, telling stories. I mean, here he is talking about, yeah, I was at this party and David Kroll was sitting there. He's like, hey, man, Screaming Scott, it's okay if I sit with you? Scott's like, yeah. And then he goes, I had to make a couple calls and all that to set up some stuff. And he goes, yeah, he had him and David Lee Roth. And David was like, hey, Screaming Scott. It's like, so that shows you the stroke that Screaming Scott Randall has. That night, it was insane. Lori, Athens, Alabama. Lori, all of you know that Lori's putting this thing together. In June, I believe it's June 6th and 7th, that weekend, we are going to be in Athens, Alabama with Lori. And you got some other people showing up, and it's going to be a riot. Love you, Lori. But yeah, it's going to be a great time. And so yeah, man, Skylar did Kalisha's show on Tuesday. We were tearing it up with Screaming Scott, Loco Joe, also known as Pancho and Cisco. Look them up. They have a band called Chit, CHIT. Look that up. All this stuff is just insane. I mean, this is like I said, My Fight or War. We just celebrated our second anniversary, 2 years. January 9th was our 2 year anniversary. But actually doing shows and doing this stuff, it's only been a year. And so much has happened in that year. I mean, I went from trying to figure out how to hit record and download something to our page to this, and I'm loving every minute of it. I've been very blessed by the people who have helped me along the way, and like I said, to just be in the company of all of you, and then to have my brother Skylar Ray, take a chance on this old dude and do a show with me, and together, like I said, Music and Mayhem lives, and we have so much in store, and we were going to talk about it last night, but there's so much. If we would have spent last night's show talking about it, it would have taken up the whole time. So what we're gonna do is once we get things in play, we're just gonna let it rip, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. This is gonna be off the rails. People don't even know what they're in for. Calico, I'm telling you, hold on, hold on tight, as your content is clean. Yes, it is. Yes. Yes, because all of the former Detroit police officers, all of Detroit highwaymen, 1% motorcycle. Mine is squeaky clean. It is going to be insane. Uh, we were talking a couple shows I was on, and someone was asking about that, and they said, "What should we expect from your show, Manny, when you come on as a guest?" I go, "It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a wild ride." And they go, "What do you mean a wild ride?" I go, well, what I mean is it's going to be a wild ride, and get on or get the fuck out of the way because we're gonna blow it up. And so, did I say that out loud just now, Kalisha? It's gonna be a great time. Like I said, nothing but love and respect for you and Calico for giving me this opportunity to come out with you guys. So please show podcast some love, Kalisha, Calico. Great job, and looking forward to it tonight. Oh, Skylar, I tell you what, you just hit another one out of the park when you did the show. And now I mean, it's insane. Everything that we have going on, having King Handsome come on the other night. Um, oh, I'm just flipping my eyeball. Um, yeah, it was insane. Oh, you know what? Without Skylar being on the other end or OG doing stuff, I keep forgetting about this. Um, yeah, I mean, you guys, I tell you what, Kalisha, you do an awesome job, and the way you present your show, and not only that, but the way you treat your guests um, is another reason I couldn't wait to come on because some don't it's an adventure when you come on some shows, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing yours. So it's going to be a great time. Oh yeah, yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to be talking. You know what? Nothing's off limits, man. When I do stuff, it's uncut, uncensored. When I decided to do this, it was you know there's going to be no bullshit. There's not going to be sugarcoating anything. You're allowed to swear on the show. Oh fuck! Thank God. Shit, I was getting worried, but hey, as long as we can do that, okay. I'll try to watch my mouth, but cool. Um, but damn, I got Oldheimer's again. Don't even. What was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. But just going over um, all the stuff that's happened, what I wanted to jump on and say is how fast things happen. And for anyone who, like Tyler, you know, when Tyler was on the show, he was talking about wanting to get into social media as not only just being a guest, but he was thinking about doing what we do, man, with hosting a show. And, when he first, actually, Kalisha, you're the one that brought this up um, when he was on your show, because he told me that he was thinking about it. But when he said it, you could hear I'm thinking about it. Wasn't when you get that, grabs you by the ass and it just says, I'm doing this. He was like, okay. And he's on all the time. We're always chit chatting. And he really didn't bring it up again. So it's like, hey, it's all right. Whatever it is, it is. And next thing you know, he hits me up and he's like, yeah, Manny, I'm thinking about starting to train. And I'm saying about MMA. I go, well, I'll tell you what, brother. I go, how long have his addiction been kicking your ass? I go, I think it's about time you start hitting back and start kicking addiction's ass. What a better way to do it? Get in the ring, get in the cage. Let's do it. And I heard that spark and that and his and the tone in his voice changed and watching him and we were talking because next thing you know, he hits me up. He's saying, Manny, I went down to the gym and I'm doing it. And you could literally feel the excitement through his posts. And I knew it was for real and I knew it was authentic because it was every day, a couple times a day, hitting me up, man. Just leave me messages. Hey, man, I just got done. I'm going down there. I got a trainer. I'm doing this now. I'm doing that now. You could feel how genuine, happy, and I was so proud of him. And I still am proud of you, man, for what you've done. And Kalisha, when you had him on, you saw it because I happened to see that part of the show when you even told him. You said, "Listen, man, you were going through some battles. You know, addiction and meth was really beating your ass." And Kalisha, you said it. You said, "Now look at you. You're a badass warrior, man. You're in there slamming heavy bags. You're boxing. You're fighting. You're kicking, doing all this stuff." And you said, "Now you're kicking addiction's ass." And you said, "What changed?" And Tyler was nice enough to give me a little props there, but bottom line, man, all I did was give you that little nudge. That's it. That's all on you, brother. That's all on you. You're the one that gets up in the morning with that attitude. You're that frame of mind. You're down there. You're busting ass with the dedication. And we're so proud of you. And like me and Skylar were talking, or I'm sorry, you were talking about that bucket list. If you can dream it, you can do it. And you want Skylar, his music or him to be coming out to the ring, make it happen. Don't settle for anything less. If you can dream it, you can do it, brother. And you give me enough time. If I can work something out to be there, I'll be there for your first fight. And especially if Skylar can work it out, then I'll do my best as well, and we'll be there for you. Like I said, it, I know how much that means to you, and we're all proud of you. Stephanie, what's Skylar? OG, OG is screaming dead time. OG is screaming dead time. Dead time. Bedtime? Is that supposed to be bed? Dead? Are you talking about tonight's show? Yeah, yeah. That's late for us old people. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but it's an open discussion. Uh-oh. Whoa. Hey, y'all. I still love that. You're allowed to swear on my show. I am still looking forward to this tonight. I just did a show. The last one I did was with Matt Trevor and actually Skylar. I saw you're going to be coming on with Matt. I think it's tomorrow. So it's busy, 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 busy. But I tell you what, I wouldn't trade this for anything. Um, me and Skylar, when we first did that show, someone, I think it might have been Danny and Katie, we were talking about different places. And I made a comment about, man, wouldn't that be something, as the good response that we are getting just from what we're doing here on our shows. Someone made a comment about us being in the same place together and being able to see us in person. I was like, man, I was like, I'm all in. You don't have to ask me twice. And Skylar was like, yeah, it sounds good. But there was not, okay, let's push for this date. Let's do for this time frame. We weren't setting up anything in stone, but we both were like, yeah, that sounds good. But me and Skylar both have the main mindset when it comes to our work ethic and all that. We're not going to make shit happen. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. And with what we got going on here, it was meant to be because we have not forced anything once. We have not tried to be anything that we're not. And when we were talking about all these different things, wouldn't it be cool if we could actually be somewhere at the same time to do an event together and actually be able to get to meet some people? And we were both like, yeah, that'd be cool. Well, lo and behold, August 24th, I believe, or 25th, he's going to be flying to Connecticut. And 2 days later, we're going to be flying to New York, then to Connecticut. We're going to be there the same time. We're going to be doing shows together. He's going to pop into my studio there and coming on, and we're going to do a couple episodes of Music and Mayhem while we're there. There's another studio upstairs that's kind of decked out a little differently that we are going to have some fun with up there, doing some videos and stuff. And it's going to be insane. King Handsome's going to be there. DJ Bobby Boom's going to be there. Ian Bick, Matt Cronin, AJ Galante, Coach Tony. It's going to be insane. We are all going to be there at the same time together. So if you guys, whoever's in that area, we are looking forward to meeting you guys, spend some time with you. So it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. What do we? Yes, that's right. Because that's going to be here. I was just saying how me and Skylar were talking about how nice it'd be to actually get to see each other. Well, not only are we doing that event, but we are then we're flying from New York back to Detroit on the 30th. Then from the 30th, we're flying from there to Oregon to do the Hands Across the Bridge together. So it's just like here, all these things that we talked about a couple weeks ago, bam, all of a sudden are into play. And the best part is we didn't force any of it at all. And it just means that much more because stuff like this, it makes us extremely happy because not like I said, I posted something last night about our show and what we're doing and why we're doing it. And we're not doing this to see, how many followers we can get. We're not doing this to see, for increased popularity. That's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because it's the right thing to do, and it just feels right, and it's meant to be. It's one of those things that just happened. Basically, it was almost like we didn't have a choice on it, man. It was like we have to follow through with this because if we don't, we're going to be passing up on something that is going to be it's going to be a changer. It's going to be it's going to make a change in our lives. It's going to make a change in your guys' lives. Hopefully, all in a positive direction, which it will. I mean, with his attitude, with him and Kayla, OG's been pissed off because that just adds more work for her. She's taking care of like all the admin stuff for My Fighter War. She's helping out all she can, with Music and Mayhem and all that. All of this stuff. So she has got her hands full. And Skylar put it best. With me and him, yeah, you see me and him all the time. You see us on camera, where you don't really see Kayla unless they're performing and all that. and like OG's doing her stuff. And when she is on camera, here's what you see, you know, doing all of her OG stuff. Um, so it's just a lot of fun. Okay, wait a minute, something caught my eye. Might have to talk to my PO and get a pardon for that. Hey, yeah, can you imagine that? Let's throw Kalisha and Calico into the fray and have them come with us. You know what that means, don't you? We going to jail. Hey, it's not a party until something gets broke, and you put all of us together. Woo, that's going to be a lot of fun. I am so looking forward to this. Wait, but where you going? You can't leave yet. We still haven't talked about the madness that's going to be happening in Athens, Alabama. That's going to be insane. I cannot wait for to meet Lori and get my Dubs burger. For everybody in Athens, Alabama, I have been practicing. Um, I have to get my Southern draw going. So you know what, Lori, you have a good night today or a good day today, wherever you got to do, and y'all behave because I'm fixing to go on later with Kalisha Campbell at Pine Case, and it's going to be a great show. So just bless your heart. Been practicing. Calico. God, this is going to be such a good time tonight. I'm going to actually get a little bit of shut eye before the show, man. So I'm going to be all geeked up. I may have to slam me a Red Bull and whoo. Whoo. Um, what's the show? What? What's the show? Who's he talking to? If you're talking about what we were just talking about, is Pine Case podcast show tonight with Kalisha Campbell and Calico at 10 p.m. Eastern time, and the link is in there to check us out. It's on my page. It's on here. Kalisha put it on here, so please tell everybody tonight, 10 o'clock. We are going to let it rip, and it is going to be phenomenal. Um, uh huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. mm, look at that. Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. Oh, I thought Jeremy. I tell you what, man. I want to give a shout out to Jeremy. He's just became part of this family not too long ago, and he's always up here, man, giving props, giving the support for everybody. Jeremy, thank you. I'm pretty sure that OG has gotten back to you. Like I said, this stuff is out of my hands now because I got put in timeout. I'm not allowed to schedule any shows anymore because OG has to clean it up after I make that mess. Because I just like double book, triple book everything and just say yes, yes, yes. So, but I'm pretty sure because Jeremy has a hell of a story, just like all of us, and he's going to be coming on our show as well. So, Jeremy, thank you, man. I really appreciate your your posts and everything that you do for us as well. And Katie again, man. Katie had a picture of her daughter up there earlier, and she's just as beautiful as Mama. So I told her, you and Danny make beautiful babies, man. Little man, it's not so little anymore, but yeah, it's. Oh wait, I saw something about burgers. Where'd the burgers go? Here we go. Oh, you have no idea. The burgers are lined up. Lori's got me a Dubs burger, getting ready to go for our trip to Athens. Oh, where'd it go? Hey, Heidi. Pretty good Southern accent, Manny. Well, damn, thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna do my best. I'm fixing to go down there and do some preaching, do some talking, and I'm gonna go out there to the fields, do some roaming around, and just hang out with some Southern people and have me some chicken, some barbecue, and like I said, if I do terrible, if something happens, I can always count on Lori to say, "Oh, bless your heart." And for all this time, man, I thought "bless your heart" she was being nice and sending me some love. I didn't know I was getting my ass shined. Oh, bless your heart. It was like they were like coming at me. Heidi, since we got you on, I just want to give a shout out to Heidi. Heidi has been part of this family since day one, and she has been nonstop showing love and support for everybody. People will come on and if they're having a bad time, some people might be struggling a little bit. I can always count on within minutes. All of a sudden, bam, there's Heidi. Hey, you got this. You're not alone. Heidi's always giving support. Well, you know what, Heidi? We appreciate you, love you, man. And also, we need to send some love towards Heidi because she took, I can't remember how it exactly happened, but I ended up breaking her pelvis. I believe it was in two spots. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But uh, yeah, so we need, let's send some positive thoughts and prayers for Heidi for a speedy recovery because she does so much for all of us and with her kind words and all that. So this is for you, Heidi. Hoping that you're healing up and you're doing better. King Handsome, hey, just let whoa, yeah, we were going back and forth sending some text messages, and you know what? I wonder. Hold on, man. Uh, oh shit. It's Skylar Ray. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, that was 20 minutes ago. Skylar Ray is going to post a clip probably around right about now. So if you guys go to Music and Mayhem, you will be seeing Skylar, besides doing everything else he's doing, is taking over a lot of the IT stuff as far as posting clips, downloading stuff for our page because I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. So he's doing everything between him and Kayla and OG. They just sit me here and say talk. So that's that's my job. I pretty much summed it up last night when we were talking about how we distribute the responsibilities. Skylar's got like 90%, along with Kayla. OG's got the rest of it, and I got like a 0.5% that I do. So that's as far as they give me as far as any type of responsibility. Uh, um, Bam. See what I mean about this family? I love you guys. That's what it's all about, man. Oh, here we go. Let's get this on. Yes, correct. Fractured in two places. Oh man, I tell you what. Um, that is, and there you go. Thank you, Calico. Thank you, all you guys, man. Because I tell you what, you guys know how many surgeries I've had, and when I was laying in post op, I was within the last 12, 15 months, I've had 9 surgeries. I've had 2 back surgeries, 2 elbow surgeries, 4 hand surgeries, a shoulder surgery, and now I got to go in 4 more weeks. I got to have another procedure where they're going to do a biopsy into the joint to make sure the infection's gone. And then a week later, I have to have another surgery, put the replacement back in. And while I was sitting there in recovery, not in the best of moods, I was scrolling through and reading your guys' comments, and it really meant a lot. And so, please, as I've said all along, our words mean so much. And, I said a lot of times, man, we have to, realize that, just tell people, man, just, that I love you. I miss you. I'm proud of you. It's not hard to say, man, but you know what? It means a lot. When someone's having a bad day and, instead of maybe just letting them be, maybe just say, hey, listen, man, I know going through some tough times right now, but I just so you know, man, you are loved and we are so proud of you. There, that was like 30 seconds, but you could have just changed their whole outlook. Because I tell you what, looking through all those posts that you guys did, you guys, you really boosted my morale, and it means a lot. And my brother King Handsome, man, I love you, brother. I tell you, just like Skylar and all these other people that, man, I appreciate you guys a lot. This is one big, amazing family. It really is. And, you don't have to know somebody. All right, wait a minute. Now I'm starting to get a little nervous. This is a little bit too much love. You guys know something I don't know? You guys, my doctor call you guys. What's going on? OG in the background. What's up? But I'm just messing, man. You guys, I love this family so much. And when I say our family, I mean all of us at My Fight or War, Music and Mayhem, and all of the extended family, which is Pine Case, which is Sober Patrol, it's Hard Knocks, which is Locked In with Ian Bick, which is uh, all of them, all of them. we may have different names, but it's just like a family. When you have the extended family, that's all we are. But just like with my fight, our war, it's our war. This is our family. And that's why we can come on at 24 hours, 7 days a week, and we could pop on here and we could find someone that if they're having a rough time, we will be there to lift you up. If someone is needing that little encouragement, bam, you got it. And seeing all this stuff, I mean, it's we look at oh man, Katie, I appreciate you, man. I mean, just these words right here. And I don't ever want someone to think, well, they're just words. They're just words when they're empty. If you tell someone, like something like that means the world to me. Um, but in some cases, when someone's needing help and you say, listen, I'm here for you and all that, and you're giving them the support they need and telling them, the positive things that they need to lift their spirits up, that's great. But please, man, make sure that we follow up with our words, because the worst thing could ever happen is telling someone you're going to be there and not mean it and have empty words, man, because words are important. They're very important, but our actions are extremely important. Because I know for a fact, man, there's a lot of people, like if I was in a jam, that make a call, and next thing you know, I'd have people from out of state here tonight. And the thing is, I would do the same, and you guys know that. We are a close knit family, and to be part of this, just like I've said on many different shows, I consider it a privilege to be part of this elite fraternity, this family that we all are a part of. Um, and it means the world to me that you know, like I said when I started my fighter war, listen, I am not a peer coach, a recovery coach. I'm not a counselor. I don't have degrees. I don't have diplomas on the wall. What I am is one of you. And, we're going to fight this together. I'm never going to walk in front of you or behind you. I'm going to walk next to you, and I'll never let you fall, because I know you guys feel the same way, and we're tight. We're family. And I'm going to let that show tonight on Pine Case Podcast with Kalisha and Calico. It's going to be a great time, man. So if you guys, if you want to shout out or anything, or oh, where'd you go, Katie? I'm stuck on bed rest, so I have all the time in the world right now to watch your lives. Okay, well, I don't like that you're on bed rest, and hopefully, whatever it is, you're getting the rest that you need. And so, sending some loving out to Katie. Her and Danny, man, they another one. They do so much for so many, and all of us. It's just this is an amazing place to be, because it really shows you how people really feel when you're who you can count on. Let's just put it that way. And we know we can count on you, Tyler. You better be watching tonight, man. We watched you. You gotta show Calico and Kalisha some loving. And let's see how long before we'll set a timer. How long before I go before I swear? Fuck, it won't be that long. Um, oh lordy. All right, well, shit. We've been going 48 minutes, man. I'm gonna pop off here. Unless anyone has something they want to say real quick. If anyone has anything as far as that they want to share with anybody. Like I said, with all of our shows, this family's the best. I love you guys. Um, as far as all of our shows, if you have something you're celebrating, and it does, like I said, on Mondays we're going to have our guests who are telling their stories. So obviously, Mondays it's specifically about that guest, and it's their time to shine. It's their time to tell their story. But anytime you see me on here, man, anytime, it's just you got something you want to celebrate. I've said it many times, man. If it's something that puts a smile on your face, put it out there if you want to, whether it's your sober date, a birthday, an anniversary. your kids' grades, you just anything at all. If it's something, it's like, you know what, that was freaking cool. I just would like to, if you got someone who maybe has helped you out and you just want to give them a shout out, say, listen, so and so, you've been there for me, and I just want to say I appreciate you. Just takes a second to type that shit in there, and it could change someone's day. It could really change someone's day, who needs that little hello, that little pick me up. So please, anytime you see me on, if there's something you want to chit chat about, because unless, like I said, unless it's at Monday when we're talking about people and their stories, hey man, we're just family members hanging out, chit chatting. So all right, guys. Well, this has been great. I really didn't know what to expect as far as okay, hold on. I have ovarian cysts that are getting ready to rupture. Oh, hmm. Let's see. I don't think I'm the best one to be talking about ovary cysts and ruptures and all that stuff. For some reason, just for you describing, okay, I'm going to go from a guy's point of view right now. So just step back for a second. Um, oh, you have ovarian cysts that are getting ready to rupture. That does not sound pleasant. And what it made me think of is to have a comparison so a guy might be able to understand is if just got kicked right in the balls. And is, I don't want that. So ah, if that's anything, we are definitely sending you some loving, man. So stay in bed, get your rest. And ah, I hope you feel better, man. And check us out tonight. For me, it will be 10 p.m. Eastern time with Kalisha and Calico at Pine Case Podcast, and we are going to tear it up. So all I can say is get yourself something to drink, get yourself some snacks, hold on, and tell some friends because it is going to be insane. And I'm not just saying that; you guys know it's going to happen. So you guys have a great day. Skyler, I love you, brother. King Handsome, all you guys, man. We're good time to let it rip. So have a good time, guys, and I will see you tonight.